coach, 3 as a coordinator. 400 kids, probably close to 500 guys that come through our program. You know, the bottom line to it is that it's always been about the program. It's never been about winning. Winning is important, but never in front of, not because of somebody's help. So for us, you know, there's not much I can answer there, except to tell you that we've always talked here on our campus, and you can talk to recruits and anybody else. We've always said it's always about the 40 years after you graduate. It's not about the 4 year here. It's always about 40, not 4. You've got guys that are our seniors that were here in 1998 are now 42, 43 years old. And there's a lot of testimonies of guys that have had great experiences in growing up and do things. And so for me, it's like somebody said, you know, we had signing date. I just want to tell you guys, I had a root canal. I'd been there for 3 weeks and I couldn't come off the road. You should have seen when he dug into it. It exploded, okay, in there because there was so much infection in it. I couldn't even get it fixed. And still I haven't got it fixed because you had to wait 2 or 3 weeks for it to get done. So for me, we felt like, since I've been always, our outside doctors, our staff has always been unbelievable. That's dealt with our student athletes. And so, you know, it's one of those things where you've been somewhere 21 years, it's something's always come up. We've always had situations here at TCU, so it's, you know, that's what's going to happen when you've been here for a while.
Do you feel blindsided by this?
Oh, I don't know. Not really. You know, without really talking about it, I guess I was a little bit hurt because, you know, 36 years, I'm one of those coaches that put everything in my life into kids. Growing them up, giving them an opportunity. You know, college's jobs is not to make the NFL. Our job is to prepare them for it so they have an opportunity. Simple as that. That's, you know, I've always said the first and second round guys, you know, their athletic ability, they do what they do. But my job has always been 3 through 7 and free agents. You look at a guy like David Hawthorne. That was a free agent that played 8, 9 years, 10, and prepare him. Now he's got food trucks and he's got an unbelievable business outside of football after he retired and did things. So.
Gary, what was your reaction to being called a bully or labeled?
Oh, no, you know, I can't comment on those kind of things, but you guys know we've always. You're out here. Look, I'm sweating here. You know, my job is, you know, we've always said is to take young people places where they can't take themselves. You know, there's a lot of people that are where they're at that are making them. They've done a great job and are being successful in life on and off the football field because of the job that we've done here.
How many of your former players did you hear from when that came out?
There's a lot. I told them to lay in the weeds, to be honest with you. There's a few that have had testimonies, but I've told them to lay in the weeds. There's a whole bunch. You know, when you have 400 now, you have 400. You just stay. When the times come, if they got a story. So for me, I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to tell our side. But, you know, it's not going to be today. So.
Gary, in your mind, though, is there a difference between kids playing hurt, which happens a lot, and kids playing injured?
Well, here's the thing. Our outside doctors, bottom line, they decide those things. And if they say that they're released, they say they can't play, they can't play. If they say they can, then it comes down to the student athlete, and they decide whether they do or they don't. And every student athlete is different. And so we've never changed from that philosophy. And so it's what we do.
So you're not a bully, you say, but what kind of coach are you?
Huh?
What kind of coach are you, sir?
Oh, winner. So.
Did you feel like in something like this, some of the specific things that they mentioned, that your character, a lot of the stuff that you stood for longer than 20 years before you even got here, was sort of under assault?
Oh no, I'm not going to talk about that. We'll get our day. We'll get our
what
day.
If you don't? Because a lot of the stuff gets settled without a day.
Then that will. But the bottom line is, I'll know. See, the difference is, I don't. You know, it's not about what you guys think. It's what I know. So.
Gary, is there a way to keep it from being used against you in recruiting?
Well, yeah, we already have 5 commitments. We had another 14 guys in here. Kids know, they know us. You know, if you guys read the internet, guys that come here, they talk about family. They talk about family atmosphere. Kids that come here recruiting wise, because our kids show them around. Our kids talk about family atmosphere. So, I mean, it's, you know, the thing about it is kids recruit kids. Recruits recruit recruits. Players recruit recruits. It's not coaches. I mean, kids want to come play with kids and be part of a program. So.
Do you think this will be solved before the start of the season?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm more worried about my 15 practices and
yeah, no, this is a distraction. I know you got to talk to lawyers. players and stuff like that. I mean, the way it's going, do you think this will be done
I don't
in
know.
a reasonable, or is this going to drag on?
I have no
forever?
idea. No idea.
Has it come up in terms of just questions from parents or recruits on the
No.
recruiting trail? Not one?
Nope.
You talk about family.
You know, because high school coaches know us too, fellas. I mean, you're talking about 36 years and 21 years here, and these guys all have worked with us. I mean, it's, you know, let's talk. You want to talk about stories? How many talk about stories of guys that you've made better, so that and then they wouldn't have had a chance to be successful. Let's see how many of those stories come out.
You talk about family, coach. Does it mean something special to you when you see players defending you
Oh,
on
of
social
course,
media? and
like I told them, they don't need to do that yet. I mean, it's, you know, I don't need that yet. So the key for us is to recruit. We got a 2019 class. We've got 15 spring practices, and when, you know, we're just like they are. You gather information and you know everything that you have, and you go about your life.
Guys, we'll do one more. He's got to get back to work. He's got film to watch. Last question.
Gary, do you feel like, in light of some of the things that he said, or his lawyer has said anyways, that this isn't really specific to you, that this is more of a football thing, and that if TCU were to come up with a settlement, that this could potentially set a precedence where a lot of former players might go, not just to you, but to any coach, and say, hey, wait a minute, where's mine?
Well, I don't know. I think that's a national thing.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, I haven't thought about that. I'm only worried about, right now, I'm only worried about what we do in our kids and our recruits and my staff. And so you have 25 coaches, you have 25 families within your ranks that you take care of as a head coach.
Do you have a
Thanks,
desire to
guys.
sit down
Hey,
with
we
him
gotta-
yet?